Wow, this is literally incredible. Keir Starmer, for some reason, seems intent on signing his own political death warrant. I'm not sure how this has come about or which MP or which party has brought this into Parliament, but apparently there's going to be a debate and then a vote on whether to have a national inquiry into the grooming slash rape gangs scandal that has absolutely exploded over the last week or so. As I say, I don't know how this got into Parliament. I don't know whether it was a private member's bill or a specific MP that's brought it forward or another party that's brought it forward. But there's going to be a vote on whether to have an inquiry or not, which I believe is happening tomorrow. And it's coming out in the news that Keir Starmer and the Labour government leadership have ordered all of their MPs, ordered all the Labour MPs, given a three-line whip to say they must vote against having a national inquiry. They must. And if they don't, they'll have the Labour Party whip withdrawn from them. So effectively they'll become independents rather than Labour MPs. What are they doing? Surely that's insane. Shouldn't an issue like this be non-political? Shouldn't it be an issue of conscience? Shouldn't MPs be able to vote on this according to what they feel is the right thing, irrespective of which political party they belong to, whether they're Labour, Conservative, Reform, Liberal Democrat, SNP, Green, whatever it might be? Surely each MP should be able to form their own opinion on what's gone on around something like this and then vote accordingly, or maybe canvass what the thoughts are of their the electorate in their constituency and find out what they think and then vote according to what their constituents think. After all, we are putting them there to represent our thoughts and to represent us. How and why has Keir Starmer issued a three-line whip and put a gun to the head of all the Labour MPs saying you must vote against having an inquiry? Why would you do that? How does that look? How does that play out in the country? You're already deeply unpopular. Now you're making yourself a million times more unpopular. And what will the MPs do? I'm sure the vast majority of them will obey orders and walk off the edge of a cliff. But I'm sure a reasonably significant number will go, whoa, hang on a minute. I'm not voting for that. We do need an inquiry. And is that going to be based around what constituencies they represent? Bet your bottom dollar that the Labour MPs in all of these towns where this has gone on will not be voting for an inquiry because they know that their party, their councillors were complicit in this. So there's no way they want an inquiry. But if there's Labour MPs in southern towns or Scottish towns or towns where this has not happened, where their constituents are angry about this, surely they will let their conscience do the right thing. Surely they will let their conscience say to them, well, no, we do need an inquiry into this. So what happens if 20, 30, 40, maybe even 50 Labour Party MPs vote against the government? Is he really going to withdraw the whip from 50 Labour MPs and reduce his majority by that much? It's political suicide from Starmer. And it makes you wonder why he's doing it. Why would you go to that degree? It sort of makes you think, well, maybe this is something really bloody terrible that needs to be covered up. Why would you be so against an inquiry into this? Maybe because you know what's going to be found. Maybe because you know what might come out. Don't know. It's going to be very, very interesting anyway. Very interesting to see how it plays out. Very interesting to see whether the Labour Party do actually enforce this three-line whip or whether they have a sudden change of heart and actually realise, you know what, this looks terrible. We can't force people to do this. And very interesting to find out how many Labour MPs actually have some morals, actually have some conscience and actually have a backbone. Just very interesting generally. What the fuck is Keir Starmer doing? And why is he doing it? That's the question. What are your thoughts on this? If you were an MP that belonged to a political party on an issue like this, would you vote according to what your party told you to do? Or would you vote according to what your constituents want and what your conscience tells you to do? And why do you think Keir Starmer is ordering this? It's madness in my book.